بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد. The next chapter is in regards to the punishment for a person who gives other people the command or commands other people to do good deeds, but he himself does not act upon his advice or the commandments that he gives out. So باب في تغليظ عقوبة من أمر بمعروف أو نهي عن منكر وخالف قوله فعله. What he does is against what he preaches. A person who doesn't practice what he preaches. And so Imam Nawawi rahimahullah brings or mentions 3 ayahs of the Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kind of admonishes a person who doesn't practice what he preaches. And so in Surah Al-Baqarah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسَ بِالْبِرِّ وَتَنْسَوْنَ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَتْلُونَ الْكِتَابَ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises us in the Quran, and this is regarding Bani Israel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them or mentions to them in the Quran, do you give other people the commandment to do good deeds? وَتَنْسَوْنَ أَنفُسَكُمْ. But you've forgotten yourself. You've forgotten to practice what you preach. وَأَنْتُمْ تَتْلُونَ الْكِتَابَ. And you are from amongst those that read the Quran, or you are from amongst those who know the wahi, the divine revelation. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks them, do you not have intellect? Do you not have aql? In the hadith here is a hadith reported by Abu Zayd, Usama ibn Zayd ibn al-Haritha radiallahu anhuma. He says, سَمِعْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَقُولُ. He says, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, and this is the punishment for a person who doesn't practice what he preaches. يُؤْتَى بِالرَّجُلِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَيُلْقَى فِي النَّارِ فَتَنْدَلِقُ أَقْتَابُ بَطْنِهِ فَيَدُورُ بِهَا كَمَا يَدُورُ الْحِمَارُ فِي الرَّحَى. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentions that a person or this person who doesn't practice what he preaches, he will be brought on the day of Qiyamah in front of everyone, and he will be thrown into the fire of Jahannam. Then the intestines of his stomach or the intestines of his body will come out of him, or they will splash out of him. They will be in front of him. They won't be inside of his body. فَيَدُورُ بِهَا كَمَا يَدُورُ الْحِمَارُ فِي الرَّحَى. He will take his intestines and literally walk around in circles. He'll walk around in circles almost like to show other people or to exhibit himself that this is the punishment for a person who didn't practice what he preaches. Here in the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ mentions raha. Raha is, in those days they would use a donkey or an animal, and they would connect it to the well, and as the donkey walks around, the well would bring up water. Or they would use it as a means of either bringing up water or even for flour and things of this nature, to run a machine basically. And so the Prophet ﷺ likened this person to a donkey who does that. A donkey goes in circles. I think in Urdu they call it a chakki or something of this sort, where it turns because the animal is walking. And so this person will walk around in circles just like this animal walks around in this world. This person will walk around carrying his intestines with him. فَيَجْتَمِعُ إِلَيْهِ أَهْلُ النَّارِ. So the people of the fire of Jahannam, they will get together. And they will ask him, فَيَقُولُونَ يَا فُلَانْ مَا لَكَ أَلَمْ تَكُنْ تَأْمُرُ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَى عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. The people of the fire of Jahannam, they will come to him, meaning people who are also being punished. But his punishment is something which is of a higher nature, that even the people of Jahannam are going to him and asking him, what did you do that got you such a punishment? What did you do that got you this extreme punishment of, exhibiting, your intestines first of all being out of you, and then, showing other people and walking around, like a showroom, of your punishment. And so they'll ask him, what happened to you? You were from amongst those that told us to do good deeds. You were from amongst those that stopped us from committing sins. What happened to you? And so he will say, بَلَا كُنْتُ آمُرُ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَلَا آتِيهِ وَأَنْهَى عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَآتِيهِ مُتَّفَقٌ عَلَيْهِ. The Prophet ﷺ mentions that this person will reply, yes, I was from amongst those that used to command other people to do good, but I never used to do the good myself. And yes, I was from amongst those people that told other people to stay away from certain sins, and then I myself used to be from amongst those people that committed those sins. So I used to tell other people do good deeds, and then I would myself not follow up in my actions and act upon those good deeds. In the same way, I used to tell other people, don't do this and don't commit this sin. and in the same time I used to be the one committing that sin. So this doesn't mean, the ulama, they expound on this in great detail. This doesn't mean we should stop preaching. It doesn't mean that we should stop telling people to do good deeds and to stop committing sins. This is an indication or an inspiration for us that we should continue to preach, but act upon what we preach. And we should continue to tell other people not to commit sins, and at the same time we should stop ourselves and our families and our communities from committing a sin. So, and this is something that the ulama have agreed upon. This is not an order from Allah to stop preaching if you're not practicing. This is not an order from Allah to stop telling other people don't commit sin if you commit that sin. But this is an order of Allah to continue to preach to other people to do good deeds, and to continue to tell other people don't commit this sin, but at the same time do the good deeds that you preach, and at the same time stop yourself and your families and your communities from committing the sins that you tell other people to not commit. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq to act upon what has been said. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from this punishment of the fire of Jahannam and from all of the punishments of the fire of Jahannam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to include us amongst the mu'mineen and the Muslimin in this world as well as in the hereafter. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us and our families Jannatul Firdaus without reckoning. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.